Welcome to Daddy Issues. Welcome to Daddy Issues, everybody! You fucking made it back into our web.
Yay! I was really late getting to recording today.
Oh, you don't say. Tell us the things.
I am very sorry about that. And I wish that I had like some big adventurous excuse for why I was late today, but the real reason is because I have gotten completely fucking sucked into this series on Netflix called Space. No, Safe.
Safe?
Safe. It's called Safe. And I am fucking addicted to it now. Like, I started it last night just to have something, because we were going for a smoke, and I was like, just put something on, you know?
Right.
And so I pulled up Netflix, and it was the one at the top, the new release one.
Yeah.
And so I just was like, yeah, I'll put that on and see what that is.
Oh, wait, no.
I'm hooked.
I think I saw a movie about space recently on Netflix, but it's not a series.
Yeah, this is a series, and it's not space. It's not a space thing. It's called Safe. I just am high and got the name wrong. But I started it last night then, and me and Ben were just freaking up till 1 a.m. We watched like 6 episodes last night and then started it again today. It's one of those series where like every 5 minutes you're gasping. You're like, oh my God, wait, what is going on? It's so good.
I like those series, but I hate when you reach the end of them because it's like, I'm sorry, I'm yawning right now. Because it's like, you get to the end of it, and it's like, it's the same feeling I get at the end of a series of books. Like, where's the next one? There's nothing now.
Yeah.
Like, there's like an emptiness in my heart, and my soul is dying slowly, and then I have to bury my feelings in steak and ice cream.
That totally that happened to me with Mind Hunters. That happened to me with Stranger Things.
Mind
but then when you know this
is a good
oh
show.
God,
I'm
so
not
good.
even. I'm not. I don't have the time for a show addiction. I really want one. Like, I've been trying to watch fucking Carbon something. Fucking, it's on Netflix. Altered Carbon. And
oh really? I watched the first season. It was really good.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through the second season, but it's not holding my attention the second season the way it did the first season.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Well, I haven't gotten that far either. See, that's what I'm saying. I have no time to do what it is I'd prefer to be doing, which is I like funny shows though when I binge watch because I need to be laughing because my life is sad enough. Like, I don't need to see the apocalypse I'm living in. I don't need to watch shit blow up and realize my options are limited in a relationship. I know that already.
Dude, no, it is seriously. If you fucking get in the mood for a really sort of mysterious drama, like
that's the one.
It's really got me hooked on it. And everybody, because normally you can clock it. Normally with a series, you can clock it pretty early. I mean, but this one, I can't fucking clock it because everybody in the show is shady as fuck.
You're like, everybody's a shiesty motherfucker.
They are. Like, every single person in the show has some, like, shit going on, and you're just like, I can't fucking clock this.
Some shit behind the scenes, behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Speaking of behind the curtain, so I did some stuff. I've done a lot of stuff since we last spoke. I've been like...
You watched my live stream.
I did watch your live stream. If you guys aren't on the Daddy Issues group on Facebook, you should be, because now she's live streaming. And you just never fucking know. So there's a party you went to over the weekend, I guess?
Yeah.
She was like floating from one person to another, introducing us to like all these people. And if you don't know Bongwater, she's just really fucking entertaining. So,
oh, thanks, baby.
No, you are. And I really, God, I miss you when we're apart. In fact, like, I felt the silence almost, because even though I was like super busy, I was like, God, I haven't talked to my wife in like, what has it been, 12 hours? Which for us is actually a long time. Because we usually talk several times a day.
Yeah.
So it's
but we haven't this last week. We've both been so busy. It's been
I know.
Chaos.
I know. And
I'm glad you watched my live stream though.
I did, and I like.
I saw you like it. I was like, yay!
I did. I like everything you do. And then it was Mother's Day this weekend, so like that was a thing. And
Happy Mother's Day, Shade.
Oh, happy Mother's Day, Bongwater. I love
It's
you.
not. It was not Mother's Day in the UK,
I
so I
know.
totally forgot until my oldest son messaged me and was like, "Happy Mother's Day," and I was like, "Oh shit, I better message my mom."
Yeah, see, and I knew you guys didn't celebrate it over there, but you're still a mom, and you used to be a citizen, so it's like,
So really, I should get 2 Mother's Days.
You really should. So what do they celebrate Mother's Day at all over there?
Yeah,
Just a different
it's
day.
just on a different. It's
Yeah.
just on a different day. It's like in June. I think.
Good. Okay. What day in June? Out of curiosity.
Oh God, I don't. I never remember.
Brexit or
I do not
scone?
remember. I do not fucking remember at all. I seriously, I cannot remember. I never remember. I don't remember birthdays. I don't remember Mother's Day. The only holiday I have nailed down is Halloween. That's when I get all like crazy, and Christmas, because
Christmas
I
is
have
special.
It's not. It's stressful.
It
Fuck
is.
Christmas.
Yeah, it is stressful.
But I celebrate it because I have children, and fucking when Rosemary was like 2 years old, we went and stayed with my mom for a while, and she told her all about Santa Claus and stuff. And I was like, great, now I've been roped into Christmas for the rest of my life.
And here you are. You're like, this wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, God damn it. We're pagan. Why do I have to do Christmas?
So
Fuck it. Why not? Who doesn't like
but
presents?
you have really sweet Christmas traditions. You guys like all like cuddle up and watch a movie. I remember your Christmas traditions from last year. They were really cute.
Yeah, the Christmas Eve box with like
Yeah.
hot chocolate and snacks, and everybody gets a new set of pajamas, and we open it on Christmas Eve, and then we cuddle up and watch movies and munch out
so
on
cool.
Christmas Eve night. But the thing is over here, Christmas lasts us such a long time. Like Christmas lasts from the 1st of December till New Year's, like the day after New Year's Day. Like that's how long they party over here for Christmas. And it's fucking, I can't keep up. They're like, oh, what are you doing on Christmas Eve? It's like, yeah, I'm doing this. What about Christmas? Okay, I'm doing that. Boxing Day, we're going on a hike. That was last year. We're going on a hike on Boxing Day. Want to go? And I'm like, no, God.
You're like, no, I want to be like hungover and sleeping on Boxing Day. You can box what's left for me, please.
And they do. They just party straight through until like New Year's. And then the day after New Year's should be declared like a national hangover day because everybody just looks, it's like their soul has been sucked from their bodies.
So that reminds me of, I went to a Russian wedding. Have you ever attended a Russian wedding before?
I have not, but I can't wait to hear this story. Is it gonna be like in oh God, Glow? Is it gonna be like in Glow?
I haven't seen Glow, so I don't know.
You haven't seen Glow? You must see Glow. You must see Glow.
What is it about?
Okay. There's 2 things on Glow for Glow on Netflix. All right, Glow was a group of female, like really campy female costumed up wrestlers in the 80s. And it stands for the Glorious Ladies of Wrestling. And it's so fucking 80s. And there's a documentary about it. And then last year, I think, they brought out the series for Glow. And it's fucking fantastic. It's so great.
Okay. Is it like supposed to be, is it funny?
It is funny, yeah.
Okay, I would like
it
it
is
then.
funny. Yeah, it is funny, and it's like, yeah, because they all have to be stereotypes, and they all have to, because they get put together by this rich kid that just likes wrestling, and he's like, we should have a female, ladies of wrestling.
I love what you're doing right now. You're like, "Meh."
Yeah, and they get like this really, really, really fucking sleazy guy that directs everything. It's really good.
Okay.
You'd like it.
So
Glow's great.
Yeah. Okay. Like think Best in Show, but for female wrestling.
No,
Too
like
too
like
much.
the movie Best in Show.
Yeah.
No, it's not done deadpan like that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like there's more shit going on in it and stuff. It's
I'll
good.
have to check it out.
That was one that I was like, I can't wait to watch this. And it came on, and Ben was like, oh, God, I have to sit through this. But by the end of it, he was like, that was awesome. I loved it.
Don't you love when that happens? When you're like, they always have like a preconceived notion of how shitty it's about to be, and then it turns out to be better, and they're like, well, that was actually pretty fucking good. Like,
It happens a lot with us. It happened with Glow. It happened with Grace and Frankie, which you still need to fucking watch.
I still need to watch Grace and Frankie. I have to write that down right now.
That is us.
Make a show note.
That's gonna be that'll be your new addiction, because that is us. If we were old women and our husbands turned out to be gay and married each other, we would be.
My ex-husband's gay, so I mean, there's a chance. You never know. I pick wrong. Speaking of picking wrong. Oh, I was going to tell you a Russian story. So let me take you back to Russia. I didn't go to Russia for this wedding, but a very good friend of mine is Russian. And here's what I know about Russians. So they love vodka, obviously. They love to drink.
And,
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I don't drink. So, like, this is that. But when I did drink, I drank vodka. So I was in good company. Yeah. And at the time, I was still drinking. Not, like, actively. Like, I never had a drinking problem, but I definitely would, like, blend with the group. See, the thing is I probably would still drink at least a little bit now, but my body's like, oh, fuck no, you don't want that in you.
I only drink very, very little. I'm drinking tonight, actually.
Oh, the grenade is getting... The pin is being pulled from the grenade, and we don't know what we'll hear about tomorrow.
You probably will see it live. I'll probably end up live streaming shit when I'm all wasted.
Oh, yes. Excellent. But yeah, so I get there. I didn't know when Russians get married, it's like a fucking week-long celebration. It isn't like a day. It's like you move in and everybody... And here's the thing. I couldn't understand why she's like, I have a very big family, very big family. Well, what she didn't mention is the whole fucking village comes. So the village, now typically what you do is you go to like wherever your family is from. Even if you've moved to America or another country, like you go back to the motherland and you get married there. Well, she was already breaking tradition by not doing that. And she did that with the thought of, well, none of those motherfuckers are gonna come out this way because, like, it's expensive and, you know, she was like, there's so many of them, but she's like, I don't want to pay for an entire village to eat for, like, a week and a half of festivities because there are, like, events and things like that.
There's events?
Yeah, well, it's like...
But the wedding is the event.
No, it's not. The wedding is, like, where they're like, all right, so these two are gonna fuck later. But let's fuck now, because before they ever get to like it's like I honestly felt like it was the midpoint in the celebration when they were getting married, because it wasn't the beginning and it wasn't the end. But so they like the very beginning, it was like this is how I was greeted to the bridal party. Welcome, like if you walk in, I can't do a fucking Russian accent. I'm gonna warn you in advance. I can't do a fucking Russian accent. But like all of a sudden, I'm like, my face is turned. I like open a door, and a huge bottle of vodka is like handed to me. Hold this for a second. Oh no, not her. And then it's like past this other guy who's like a server or whatever, and he like pours me a glass like this big. I mean,
yeah.
For reference, this is probably a pint. Okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, like, there's already ice in it. The glass is frozen. And there's ice inside of it. And he goes, don't water it down too much, all right? And I'm drinking it. And I'm drinking it. I was like, wow, I can't even... I was literally downing it. I was like, this doesn't even taste like vodka. It's, like, so delicious. And I was like, uh-oh. Because, like, I finished that vodka so quick. It was so smooth. It was the smoothest shit I've ever tasted in my whole life. It was like drinking water. Like, there was no burn. Yeah. There was no regret. And here's what happened.
Wow. Oh, good Lord.
Here's what happened. So, I was single at the time of going to this wedding. And I say that not because I wanted to go on a bang fest, but because other people were aware that I was single. And this is why I don't tell people when I am anymore. Because I kept drinking, and I got to a point where you're like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm just really in a great place. And like people are still passing you drinks because they're on an alcoholic level where I could never. They're a champion status. Like they could be gods on the vodka consumption level. So like at one point, and this is not an exaggeration, a guy comes over and he hands me 2 bottles and he was like, "Which one are you going to finish first?" And I was like, no. I'm winding down. He was like, winding down. We do that a couple days from now. You don't even have to forget. He's like, basically telling me that it's insane for me to stop drinking now because all that's going to happen is I'm going to feel sick. And I was like, I kind of feel sick now. And he's like, oh, you need to eat more. And then all of a sudden, like, there's like fucking plates of food that come out. I don't know. They were just... Everything is an event. Everything is like passed out in shifts. And then there's like dancing and they like spin around and then like they're jumping around. Like the dudes, how they do not blow chunks all over a floor, I don't know. I really don't know. Because, you know, they're really... And then you've got the babushka in the corner who's like judging you for like the amount of alcohol that you can't consume that she can still consume. Like, she isn't moving, she's nonverbal, but she's, like, drinking, and she's like, you're a fucking bitch right now. You're a fucking pussy. Yeah. So, that's my Russian wedding experience, and it went on like that. In fact, I almost didn't make it to the wedding, if I'm being really honest. I never said that to anybody before, but it's true. I mean, I was so... Eventually, you have to come up for air and not alcohol, or at least an American did.
Yeah.
And... At one point, the bride was like, yeah. She was like, you know, when you're, like, Russian American, you learn that line between holding a bottle of, like, basically she started drinking water and making it look like she was still drinking vodka. She was like, my uncles, if they think that I'm not holding vodka, will just fucking get me trashed.
Smart.
Yeah,
clever girl.
She was like, I certainly think, or she's like, I seriously think they're trying to pass me off to another guy. She's like, so I think they're trying to get me drunk enough before the wedding so I end up with a different groom. It's like, pass her to somebody else. Like, no, don't sell her to this one. This one's better. When you're like the door prize at your own wedding. Who knew? So here's some fun stuff. I wanted to tell you that, well, first of all, we didn't get to record today because you had an injury, and we had our very first female guest, and I recorded with her.
Yay!
I recorded with her, and we talked, and I can't wait for you to meet her because you're really gonna like her. She's right up your alley. She's got blue hair.
Awesome.
I'm gonna open with that. She's got blue hair. And she was really cool and a great sport, and I think that we'll definitely have her back. So shout out to blue-haired Betty for joining us.
So when will you be releasing the episode with just you and blue-haired Betty?
I don't actually know if I think I might work us into it somehow, because I feel like there was an absence without you there. I was like sad. I kept giving you shout outs even though that you weren't on. I was like, shout out to my wife who I desperately miss right now. She's in the ER, hopefully recovering with her finger.
Yeah, but you know what? You should still release it because I bet it was really good. I'd like to hear it.
It was funny.
It
was funny. She has something, and I think that she's interested in perhaps doing this. So maybe we could give her a little bit of the bug, and she could get in it. Not necessarily. Yeah. Maybe she wouldn't be saddled for our show because, like, how many people can handle us long term? But you know, she definitely, I think, has something, and I think definitely needs to guest with you because you would really like her. You'd really like her.
Definitely.
She
awesome.
Like, she showed up with a Led Zeppelin shirt and her hair wasn't done, and I was like, you're perfect.
So I think you should release the episode. I think you should release that.
I will definitely put it out there.
I really want to hear it.
Okay.
I do. I really want to hear it.
She was very sweet. She, like I said, she was a great sport, and I didn't know. I've never been in a position where you weren't there to be my wingman. And
I'm sorry.
No, well, it was interesting because it was a completely different energy in the room, and she's very sweet and she's very kind, but she's just enough fucking dirty and dark that she could hang. And I was like, okay.
That's awesome. Oh, I love her already.
Yeah, I know. You're really gonna. You probably would have a long distance crush on her. I maybe shouldn't introduce you to because I might get jealous and feel like the third wheel. But in her absence, she was good, and I can't wait to have her. I'm definitely gonna have her on with the two of us. You'll like her.
Definitely. Yes.
Finally, I found a pair
absolutely.
of tits that liked us. She's heard the show too. She's actually listened to the show before she agreed, and she was still agreeing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Speaking of people,
blue-haired Betty.
Yeah, and speaking of people who agree with our show, and she shouted us out on her Facebook. She gave us she tagged our show, so that was really sweet of her. But speaking of people who love us, on iTunes, we're getting a little bit more love lately. We're getting more downloads.
Really?
Yeah. We are finally updated on iTunes. In fact, you can find. I'm gonna double check this while I'm on the telly, so to speak. But yeah, we're going places, and our website. We're gonna have a DamageGoodsInc.com is gonna be the website where you can find all the shows on our network, which is exciting. And yours truly is gonna be the co-host on a new show.
Woo! What show is it?
It's called Beta Testing. And Matt Ungama is going to be the host, and I'm going to be his co-host. And it's going to be a really interesting dynamic there because for all the beta males, it's going to be funny too because like one of the ideas we had was sending him out on alpha behaviors, like, because he's alpha curious. So, like, out on a date, get him, like, have listeners submit ideas on things that he should try on a date, things that he should do with a woman, stuff like that.
I love that. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, so shout out
That's
to Beta
awesome.
Testing. That'll be a thing. He's actually getting his equipment and setting up with El Presidente tomorrow, so...
Fantastic.
Yes.
Lots of good news.
Yeah, this guy's a really polished entertainer, too. He used to be on The Sopranos.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes. So we're
That's
going
brilliant.
places. We're starting to grow a bit. Just not just the length of your dicks are growing, but the network too. And us. We're growing. This is going to be our
We're growing as people.
This is going to be our 13th episode. Can you believe that?
I
know.
No.
I feel
Wait,
like
does that count the extra mini episode with you and Blue Betty, or does that not count?
It doesn't count that. So this would be 14.
So it's our 14th.
So our 14th.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long road.
I know.
It's been a long and fun journey.
I feel like our love grows. I feel, when people talk about our chemistry, I'm like, yeah, that's real. That's a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's not animated. It's not fucking, it's totally organic. And one of the things that I'm totally gonna crush on my wife for a second here.
Wait, let me get ready.
Okay. She's gotta get her moment.
Okay.
She's gonna get her tits ready. I can already tell. So one of the reasons that I adore her and that I truly feel like she is the woman for this job is she understands not only what it's like to mom, wife, girlfriend, work on every level, like every other woman who's listening to this show, but she's a champion at seeing through bullshit. And she can lay out any situation in a way that helps me make it through life. So that's why we do life together. Because without you, I just fucking couldn't. I even said that to the president the other day. I was like, no, I'm keeping that one forever. No matter what happens, it's mine. It's mine. I don't feel like I could ever have a life without you in it. There'd be like such an absence in my heart.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
It'd be weird now. Yeah.
There is no Bongwater and Shade without Bongwater and Shade. Oh, by the way, you fucking killed it at his birthday. You fucking killed it on Damage Goods. Oh my God, you slayed. You fucking slayed. It was so good.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so fucking glad.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
So glad
it was a huge hit.
liked
Daisy
it.
Duke made a huge killing. Our bit was great. It fucking they liked it so much. The Golden God was fucking itching in his seat and squirming a bit. So we got under the skin.
Oh
a bit.
hell yeah.
Yeah. He got us a little bit on it though. He was like, "Daddy issues, first in our hearts, fifth on our charts." Like, because for the longest time I couldn't even get us on iTunes when we updated and moved around. Oh, and then the other thing he said, he was like, "Daddy issues," something to the effect of "Daddy issues." Lower downloads than Sith's IQ, and I was like, damn!
Shots fucking fired on that one.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
You know,
that's fantastic.
Yes, and if you feel like you've listened to either our show or Claytime in the Basement, or you're about to be a fan of Damaged Goods and haven't heard them yet because you should have, we are now adding beta testing to the network.
Tell him to check out my strain of the week.
Yes, I did. I was like, we have a strain of the week, and he has something similar as well. On his show. Yeah. Oh, so we're
great
kindred.
minds.
And he shouted us. Yeah, and he shouted us out on Instagram yesterday. So the Daddy Issues show got a shout out from Baked and Awake. So thanks for that, fellow 420 friendly friends. That's all we love that.
Yes.
But yeah, we're growing.
Yes, we do.
We're growing. We're growing. Everybody else is growing. Hopefully, we find a grower. Everything would be great if everybody were growing together. But yeah, as far as
that is all amazing news.
Right?
God, has it been that much has gone on just in the little time we haven't spoken?
And I'm not done. So I got.
Holy shit!
I know. So I haven't even fucking. So tip of the iceberg. So Clay, from Claytime in the Basement. So you can find him at claytimeinthebasement.libsyn.com. We're all under the same umbrella, and he got a job because of our network, a paying gig because of our network, on Friday night, which was awesome. So props to Clay for fucking killing it, and our network for giving him the platform to do it. They heard about the network and were impressed with him. So bada bing, bada boom, bada network.
Yes. Congratulations, Clay.
Yeah. So Clay's been killing it. Oh, and then.
Yeah, you suave motherfucker.
Yeah. We got a chocolate chunk. We got one of all of our own. So they've got Damaged Goods has Sith, and now I think we should claim Clay as our own. He doesn't have any chicks. He's living in a basement, for Christ's sake. I mean, he needs somebody. But yeah, you killed it on the roast of Damaged Goods that will air very, very soon, probably as early as today, actually. It was a fantastic episode, and our listeners will love it. You already know what went down, but none of them do, so it was fun.
Well, what are our listeners, psychic? We got to tell them this stuff.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah, you can find it in the show notes, but soon you'll be able to find us in one convenient place. I am designing a website for this network, and I want it to be functional and beautiful, basically like us.
Oh God, remind me to send you pictures of me for the Instagram account, because I know you asked me to ages and ages ago, and I completely forgot to, and only just now remembered it, and now it's on tape, so I can't forget.
That's right. I'm holding you to it. This is proof. And then the very last thing, and this is kind of interesting. So a couple of things. Fuck, I wish it were the last thing. So, we're planning a photo shoot for Daddy Issues. So if you are a super hot female, I don't care if you're tatted up, if you're toned, hot, and ready, and you want to be part of this process and help us get visuals for our network, we are doing it out of Dallas, Texas. We have a photographer in mind, and we would love for you to be involved. But there are some steps you're going to have to take, so you can check out our Facebook page and our Facebook group for more details on that today. And or you can read through our show notes, which I feel like nobody does, which is why I'm pointing you guys to the group and the Facebook page, and maybe even the Patreon. And we have a Tumblr now. So Daddy Issues is just fucking going everywhere, and it's Daddy Issues with a Z. If you're looking it up with an S, you fucked up. You are wrong. It's the wrong show. I don't even know if they do any production at all. Like, no, just shout out to Daddy Issues with an S.
I've not seen Daddy Issues, like, the last time I looked, Daddy Issues with an S hadn't uploaded an episode since like 2015 or something like that.
Yeah, they're way in the
I don't know.
Yeah, they should just. But yeah, and then last and final thing. So in the vein of photography kind of thing, I was approached by a photographer, a really excellent photographer, Brian Vogel Photography, who would like to do a photo shoot with me, and hopefully we can loop and do some network stuff from that.
Oh,
So,
wow.
like a special, like a live special that he can shoot.
A live special. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. How are you going to do that, though?
I could probably actually go there, but I don't want to do stand up. I want to do like commentary and let the comedians be comedians. I'm better organically. I feed, in fact, I realized that I bombed hard on my set, which was actually not a bad set, but it's like my delivery is not great when I'm organically I play really well off of people and off of the room. And like I was funny that night. But when I can say that about me confidently because I made other people laugh. But when I was doing my set, like the funny part was that I was bombing. That was the funny part. And you have to laugh at yourself because I feel like you can't take yourself that seriously. If you don't bomb, then you're not really ever funny ever. Because you have to bomb a little bit and be okay with it, I think is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course you do.
But
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a comedian, but I would imagine I would imagine that they all bomb
at some
originally,
point,
like at
right?
first. Yeah.
And so for me, I like being involved in events. I would definitely think that, it'd be fun to like get to know the comics because that's my vibe. I want to get in your head and like find out all about the shit that I shouldn't. Let's talk about some stuff. So if we have a live stand-up special, I definitely I would like to be involved and get out there and get involved. But now I've got even more hands in the cookie jar because beta testing is going to be a thing, and I'm going to be all over the place. Between that, you've got Black Annis and Legion After Dark. Fuck, what else do you have going on?
Black Annis is actually about to go to YouTube pretty soon. Our green screen, I think, arrived today.
Bitch. I need a green screen. I have a fucking green painting. That's it.
Hey, that'll work, right?
Oh, I have a green yoga mat. That might work.
That would work, yeah.
That would work.
But Black Annis is our contribution to because the Legion Network is looking to go more video, like produce more video content as well as the podcast and the audio and everything.
Right.
So our Black Annis's contribution to that is because some people are just putting their shows up, which with Legion After Dark I do. With Legion After Dark, I put the whole show up.
Yeah.
But with Black Annis, instead of doing an entire reviewing a horror movie episode, what we'll be doing is putting on the green screen. We'll be playing and reviewing the horror short films that are all over YouTube because there's some really, really good content there. There's really scary stuff, and there's a lot that completely sucks ass, and that's going to be our contribution to it because we don't want to sit and do an entire like hour and a half, 2 hours in front of the camera.
Right.
We don't want to do that.
Right.
We don't have time to do that.
Right.
And we don't want to just recycle our content from the podcast and just put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
we want to do something unique,
Yeah, we are about to be on YouTube, by the way, though.
Woohoo!
Yeah, our audio is about to be on YouTube, so find us there. And, we are coming to Spotify in June. I don't think I've ever been so excited or waited so hard for anything except dick. Because I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I kept applying. I thought I did something wrong. But it turned out that I thought they were rejecting us because they have rejected other podcasts. They don't approve everyone. They do content based and they do evaluations. So they're not like with Google Play, if you apply, they'll eventually add you to the database. With Spotify, you have to be approved. You have to be something they want on the host.
Yeah, but who gives a shit about being on Google Play?
I know.
I've never heard anyone say, "Oh my God, I can't wait till my show's on Google fucking Play."
Right, exactly. I mean, and iTunes was kind of pissing me off because, like, by the way, our iTunes right now is zero reflection on how well we're doing because I had to reset the feed, which sucked. Because
what happened?
Well, okay, so there were issues from our last host to our new one, not with our new one, but with the old one. And the redirect failed, which I'm not really surprised. And basically all the downloads we had accumulated got fucking wiped from iTunes. So we had,
Oh shit.
yeah, like our popularity on every episode was like really high because we had so many downloads, and now it's like they're all empty.
Fuck.
I know.
That sucks.
It does suck. It does fucking suck. And there's nothing I can do about it, and I've tried fighting it. There's no way we can. I've even contacted Apple directly because I used to do IT for them, and they said that it wasn't even something I could have prevented. It wasn't anything on my side or the new host side. It was something that happened with the old one, and it just couldn't have been prevented.
But that sucks.
Here's the good news.
Sucks.
Here's the good news. There is something you guys can do to help us. If you write us a review and leave us a rating on iTunes, then it will help boost our popularity again. This is how they told us to kind of counteract the issue, because now we have fallen from our podium. You know, we were starting to rank on iTunes. And
were we?
Yeah, and like...
Man, I really need to pay attention more to the shit that goes on around me.
Well, and I know you don't, so like I don't bring it all up, but like the schematics and everything. But like honestly, if you guys write something, if it's funny, write it. I don't care what you write. We'll read it on air. As long I would hope that you enjoy the show. So if you write that, that's great. But if you don't enjoy it, or if there's something you want us to improve, you can tell us that. Just it would help if you still gave us a 5-star review at that process. Because even though I'll tell you what, we'll fucking take you seriously if you give us a 5-star review. Even if it's a negative review, we will still fucking try to work to correct the problem if it's a legit problem. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
We're always growing. I care about our listeners. We care about our fucking listeners.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, if you wrote in and okay, I care very much about the listeners. The only thing I would not do for the listeners is get rid of my Strain of the Week segment. Damn it.
Yeah, no, that's not negotiable. It's not negotiable. It's a pillar of this development. And also, you know, if it bothers you that we bring up the other shows on our network, that's kind of required. It's part of the fucking red tape.
Well, yeah, and it's nice to if you're a fan of ours, like if you're a listener and you absolutely love our show and you write us and say, Well, no, and you write us and say, hey, I'm working on a show. Would you guys take a listen to it? I will fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
I will give you a shout out.
And actually, about that, we are actively looking for different types of shows right now. We're trying to expand. We're actively looking for talent. So if you have either a show idea or an established show, we're actively looking for established shows. So if you have a show that you think might be suited for our network, and you're interested in working with us, we're interested in hearing you out. We're open-minded here at the Damaged Goods Network.
Yeah. You hear that, Snoop Dogg?
Yeah! Oh, I hit him up.
I know you got a podcast. You gotta have one by now.
I'm fucking going to hit him up. I hit him up on Twitter. I am not giving up on that dream.
Did you?
Yes, I did, of course. Okay, anybody that I have dreams about contacting or speaking with in our lifetime or my lifetime, I have contacted them because of our show, because it's like, I've gotten lucky before.
Why not?
I've gotten lucky before.
Well, it's like that couple over here a few years back. They sent an invitation to their wedding. They're just like this regular couple. They sent an invitation to their wedding to the fucking queen, and she showed up.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, why did you think to send the invitation? And they're like, well, you never know unless you try. And she actually came to their wedding. The fucking Queen of England came to their wedding.
That's amazing. That is like,
I know,
I
right?
would have died. I would have been like, oh God, I don't have enough food for what she like, because you can't operate on a level where a queen would be like, this is nice. Like, even if it were like $1 million wedding, like, she's not ever gonna be like, this is great. You did a great job. She's gonna be like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, she might. Yeah, she'd probably say stuff like, "Oh my God, oh, it's so quaint,"
which is code for "you po though, you so po."
What would you feed her? It's like, want a beer?
I don't feed old people. I'm afraid they'll just like. I'm afraid they're like really young, tiny children. Like they've lost their ability to self-govern, so I'm afraid that like they're just going I don't want to be like Heimliching an old person, like break their fucking ribs while I'm trying to get them to survive.
My God. All right, wait, hold on. Now this raises a question that I have for you about a situation that I've already told you about, right? Okay. Where do you stand, listeners as well, where do you stand on beating up an old person?
Can I answer this on me?
Speaking. Yeah, like morally speaking.
Why don't you give them a reason to be upset with an old person? Because you have one.
I do have one, and I'm really fucking torn as to how to handle this because I'm really quite white trash, and so my first instinct is to just go kick her ass. But then she's an old person, and it's like, is it really okay to kick the ass of an old person? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I
don't know. I feel like gavel coming on. Maybe this is a daddy issues court. So tell me, plead your case. Let's fucking give it to the listener. Let's do it. Come on.
Are we going to court? Let's go to court.
Let's do it.
All right.
Tell me what the fucking what happened. Now I'm the judge. I get to fucking be crying.
Yes.
I'm gonna be fucking judge, jury, and executioner today.
Hell yeah, Your Honor, if I may.
You may. Always. I'll bend over first.
I was on the phone. I had a dear friend of mine who gave me a call. A dear friend of mine who gave me a call on Sunday morning, feeling incredibly depressed, and I'm not going to go into more than that, but incredibly depressed.
I can't believe you've done this.
So I asked my oldest daughter, Rosemary, to walk the dog for me so I could concentrate on trying to help this friend out of the hole they were in.
Right.
And she said, of course, can Alexandra come, my little sister? And I said, absolutely. So off they go.
The team
happily, happily, with Nugget to the dog park. At the dog park, Nugget started to play with this other dog. And they were happily playing, smiling, rolling around, panting, being dogs. This woman comes up, kicks my dog, picks him up by the skin on the back of his neck into the air where all four paws were off the ground and starts walking towards Rosemary, holding my dog like this.
Whoa. Hold the phone. Objection. And I'm the fucking judge. Bitch, you don't touch my fucking kid, my animals, or my person unless you want to be thrown down.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
I mean...
right?
I'm sorry. But let me hear the rest. She is old and feeble. This may be a snap judgment. I've been known to make such. Go on.
Well, I've got two pieces of evidence for you at this point. First, regarding how old and feeble she may be, she was strong enough to pick up my big-ass dog by the scruff of its neck and hold it in the air while walking towards my oldest dog. So how feeble can she really be? Secondly,
dude, Nugget's a big dog too. He's like he's a big ass dog.
Yeah, he is. He is absolutely. He's not a tiny dog. She comes up, screams at my daughter, calls her a bitch in front of her little sister, to which my daughter replied, "You don't fucking put your hands on my dog, and you don't fucking swear in front of my little sister."
Well done.
And you know, and the woman says, "Well, let's go see what your parents have to say about this." And my daughter said, "Absolutely, follow me. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go meet my parents."
She knows who mommy is.
Yeah. And to which the woman got her dog, walked through the forest, and left.
Through the forest? That sounds so mystical. Like she walked back to her cave in her fucking shanty.
She fucking probably did. My daughters come home upset, tell me what happened, and describe this woman and her dog to me. Now, as I said before, Your Honor, I am white trash. I am but humble white trash. So
at least you can admit it.
So my first instinct is to find said woman and beat her face in. But I'm left with a moral conundrum because my daughter said she was totally wrinkly and she had white hair. But again, how feeble can she be if she's carrying my big ass dog with one hand by the scruff of his neck for any sort of distance, you know? Dude. I rest my case.
That fucking fucking Pryla said must be working overtime. Like, she's like, ah!
She could only do it on that day because she was feeling really regular.
Right? Right? Exactly. She was like, I have passed that 6-year-old shit I've been trying to move for a minute. You know, okay. My first feeling on this is, bitch gotta pay. Bitch gotta pay. I'm sorry. No.
Don't put your fucking hands on my dog. You kicked my dog.
Yeah, you don't, because here's the thing. First of all, here in the US, if you do something like that, you get arrested.
Or shot if you're black.
Or shot if you're black. So I don't foresee that not going. I am not what I would consider white trash, and yet I'm thinking about fucking double teaming her with you.
Fuck you!
So, and like, I have a really strong, you know this about me, I actually have a really strong moral compass. But you don't fucking abuse animals. Because that makes you the piece of shit that, like, you and pedophiles are just like the scum of the fucking earth.
Yep.
Because both are defenseless, and I think that's where I come down on it. It's like, and it's one guy actually said to me, an individual who obviously I don't associate with, was like, well, animals can defend themselves. Fucking, first of all, there is no physical match. A child can overpower a dog. Now, not all dogs, obviously, but, you know, to tell me that it's fair because they have teeth is fucking stupid. Don't say that shit to me. Like,
that's idiotic.
He, like, used to beat the shit out of his dog, and I told him it was fucked up, and he was like, no, because if he really had a problem with it, he would just bite me. And I was like, I'll bite the shit out of you for what's going on right now. But it's because...
And then he finally does one day, and they have to put him down, and they're like, no one saw it coming.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. It's like, listen, there are no questions in my mind as to why a fucking dog attacked a person. Oh, kid went after a ball in the yard. Dog's been chained for fucking 6 years in yard. Doesn't know anything. Attacks. Duh.
Yeah.
You know? Or, you know, in your situation, Nugget is a prime example of a dog that isn't aggressive, because normally a dog, especially one of his breeds specifically, is reactive and protective enough to be like, oh, hold on the phone, a bitch. Hold the fuck, what the fuck, back up. No, you just did not. Because they don't fuck around. So she was lucky, and it's a testament to what, you know, the kind of home life he has, that he didn't turn around and he just took it as play. You know,
which he thought it was,
right?
Because
he didn't take it.
A really tough, hardcore, rough dog, you know.
Right. So he took it as one thing when she was meaning to be violent. You know.
Yeah.
Had that made a bad mark on him, you could be working away from that for the rest of his life. So
absolutely.
Yeah, fuck her. Fucking.
Yeah.
I'm fucking putting the gavel down on this bitch. Yes. I don't think it's something where you should, like, seek her out for drama, but if you ever fucking cross her path, I would fucking lay her out. I would be like, did you ever cross the path of this dog or these children again? Or me?
Yeah. Don't look at them. Don't
fucking
think about them.
If you
nothing.
kick rocks if you see my fucking family.
Yeah.
Walk the other way, because you're not safe. You know, I have the only thing I have really to compare that with is I was at a pool. My son was tiny. I mean, still in a carriage. All right. And I was at the pool, and, you know, like, there's like a children's area, and this mother, son, it was one of those kids that you could just tell they didn't care if he was being a bully, you know?
Yeah.
And I have a problem with bullying just in general, because it can escalate, and it does escalate when it's never ever addressed, you know?
Yeah.
And what you're talking about is not bullying. What you're talking about is harassment, you know?
Yeah.
And
she thought, because it was two kids,
right,
that she could
behave
fucking
that way.
Yeah. No, bitch.
And
my daughter was raised otherwise.
Right.
I was so glad.
I'm really surprised that Rosemary didn't just fucking take her out back, because I know she could. I've seen her. She's just like her mama. She's made of steel wool. She can handle it.
Oh yeah. Well, she told me, she was like, I just in that moment, it was like
She had the
I
same
thought
moral.
I'm not gonna. And she said, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm not going to let her talk to me in front of my sister, my little
Right.
sister like this. And just just exploded on her.
Good.
But she didn't get physical because her little sister and Nugget were there.
Right.
I think that's
Well,
why.
and-
But Rosemary's like, she's like me. We don't go looking for trouble and we don't get physical unless we feel absolutely threatened. But if she had fucking knocked that old woman out, I'd have been totally like, yeah, good on
It
you.
happens.
Fuck that bitch.
I have to be honest, and it's against the law, and I am acknowledging that, and I'm not for breaking the law, okay? But in my case, if you were to attack my dog, it's a felony, because he's a service animal, so it's a fucking felony. To distract him from his work is a fucking felony, because it's like attacking a disabled person. But you see, and here's another problem that I run into with my dog. People don't respect boundaries. And, in your case, you ran into that full force. Well, if someone were to come at my dog the way she came at my dog, there wouldn't be a story to tell because there'd be an obituary to read. I would fucking see red and I don't know how I would be retelling that tale. I would be doing it from a cell. But and I don't mean to sound insane, but it's like, I protect my dog like a child. He is a lifeline for me. And especially if my child were present and felt attacked or harmed, oh my God, it's war. Don't fucking hurt my kid.
You don't do that shit.
No.
You do not.
No, you don't. You don't fucking do it. So no, I am in favor of saying that she is fucking guilty as shit. And you have my permission to slay her in any way as necessary. As long as you're not actually like ending her life and you're just giving her the what for. Because I fucking would. She has it coming. If you could fucking pick a dog up with that big of a dog, I couldn't pick your dog up with one arm.
No, I can't, especially with my broken finger.
Yeah, right. You're at a commission. I'm fucking a weakling that had, poison in their system so long that I'm like,
he's so heavy too because he's like solid muscle.
Yeah,
it's like
tough. Yeah, he's heavy. I can't pick up my kid right now. That's not a joke. Like I pick him up to put him in the car seat and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, he's tough. He's a heavy kid. Oh, so we need to get to some stuff. One night stands. We dropped this subject last week, and one night stands to me are like, well, a couple of them I don't remember, I'm sure, but like generally. Do you count one night stands towards your number? Because I just found out recently chicks don't.
Yes.
Okay, I do.
Of course.
Why
the fuck would you not? Why would you not?
Like even if you weren't, even if you weren't memorable, I still counted it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because like this one chick was like, no, I don't count one night stands because like I didn't go anywhere. I was like, what?
And but it doesn't have to. That's not what the number means. The number is
how many
sexual
times
partners.
The P in the V, or the V on the V, or the whatever on the what in the whatevers, whatever you're into. Hopefully not animals. So yeah, one night stand stories. I know you've got some.
Actually, I do have some, and not only do I have some, I have a guest that I'm lining up for the show for a future episode.
Oh really? Like one of your one night stands?
No. This is a friend. This is a guy I met at the party I was at, and he's got some fantastic one night stand stories.
Okay.
I don't know if him and his boyfriend will both be on, because apparently his boyfriend has some hilarious one night stand stories as well, and they met on Grindr.
Ooh, where all things go.
Me and my friend, another friend of mine, Scott, that's how we used to chat. We used to communicate on Grindr because he was hanging out at my house one night. He's like, I'm going to put Grindr on your phone. And then I would just get random messages from him throughout the day going, oh, look, you're 5 miles away.
Is there a chick version of Grindr?
There is a lesbian version of Grindr, but I don't remember what the fuck it's called now. I wish I'd known you were going to ask me that. I'd have looked it up.
I need to know. I'm going to have to write. I'm going to write this down. I need to know what the chick version of Grindr is. #lesbian. Boom. Speaking of one night stands. I had fuck. Well, I'm trying to think of. Oh. So one time I was held hostage.
What?
Yeah, it was like a one night stand, and then
he held you hostage?
yeah, like kind of.
Like in a heist or something?
Like, I mean, it wasn't like. Have you ever seen Berlin Syndrome? It wasn't like Berlin Syndrome. It wasn't like full
I've never
hostage.
seen Berlin's.
Okay, well, he like locks her in to the point where like there's windows she can't bust with furniture. It wasn't like that, but it was like, okay, when I hook up with you and it's a one night stand, if that's what it is, we haven't talked before really, and we're not gonna talk again ever. So
yeah.
I must have been sending out the vibe that like I was interested in more, but I wasn't. And so he was getting like the girlfriend experience vibe like all night, I guess. And I was
That always fucking happens to me.
I never get that.
Always
normally.
happens to me. Every person I've ever slept with, that has happened with. Every
So they all
single
want
person.
No, they just fall in love with your vagina.
They just stay with me. I've had people just move in. They'll like be there and then they just won't leave. And then like months go by and I'm like, they're still here. And they just keep bringing their stuff into the house.
Well, and you know, I think I speak for all when I say we've all had a fucking stage 5 clinger. But I didn't expect you to get to stage 5 the first night we met.
Yeah.
I met him completely randomly. It was like almost like what you would see in a movie. Like we kind of just passed on the street. Swear to God, passed on the street. I was like, man, he's fucking hot. And he saw me give him this look. I was like,
Damn.
I was like, I fucking the shit out of him. And then he looked at me and he grinned. And it turned out that he didn't even have a fucking set of English teeth. He had beautiful teeth. They were pearly white. And I was like, God damn, I want it. So, and I knew I was feeling myself that day too. Because
I love it when that happens.
Oh, I was in my fucking stiletto heels. I had just gotten out of a meeting that I fucking crushed it. We had just signed a merger. And we just signed a major merger, and I was like, it was all my doing. So like, I felt like I was so hot on every level, and I was about to go for fucking drinks with the boss, right? And I didn't go to drinks with the boss. I went away. I was not even, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I was 3 city blocks away from my destination, and I made it one more block, and I kind of like sauntered up to this guy, and I was like, I'm sure you fucking know this about you. I was like, but based on my face, you know that I think this about you. I was like, you are so fucking sexy. I was like, I don't even know where. I was like, whatever God was thinking when he put that together, he broke the goddamn mold. And he was like, and I knew he wasn't married or anything because he wasn't. Well, I don't know for sure he wasn't married. He wasn't wearing a ring. And he was like, I wish more women would come up to me and say such sweet things. And I was like, are you fucking telling me that I'm the first bitch today to come up to you and be like, I fucked the shit out of you? And he goes, I think you're the first woman in a year to actually approach me. He was like, so I'm interested now. And I was like, fucking props to the fearless, let's go. So I was like, well, you know, I'm not afraid to make the first move. Typically with males, I won't. I prefer for you to fucking throw me over your shoulder and take me home. Like,
I don't know. I like making the first move.
I like with females though. I'm going to. You are my prey. I'm taking you. But like with this guy, we just had instant fucking phenomenal chemistry. So I go back home with him. Corsi is a nice place too. I'm like, where are the bodies hiding? Like, I walk in and he's got like a nice little dog, like, and it was kind of like, it was like a meatball doggy. It was like a little English bulldog, and he was like, his name was
they look like potato
his
legs.
name was Humphrey. This guy's gonna know I'm talking about him now. His name is Humphrey, and he's like really cute.
Oh my god, I love English bulldogs. They're so fucking
They're
cute.
so cute. and he was like, I'm sorry he farts a lot. I was like, so do most males. And then like, but anyway, but once he like started pouring me a drink, and I was like, you don't have to do that. And he was like, well, you were on your way to get drinks. And I was like, no, you don't have to do that. And I just fucking attacked him. Like we were like on each other. But then, in the midst of, the stuff, he goes, "Oh, I think I love you." And I was like, what? I could feel my vagina drying. Because I don't know you, bro. Like, it's one thing if you're fucking into each other and you know each other and, like, there's, like, a rapport there. I don't know. Like, there's timing for I think I love you, and it's not when we first met. And, like,
and haven't spoken and haven't had a conversation.
Right. Like, my opener was just basically talking up how hot you are. Like, that's really the level I'm on. I'm not talking about, I haven't asked you about how your day is. Like, I haven't asked where you're going in life or what you do for a living. I don't give a shit about you. Like, not to sound like a total fucking hoe, but I just want to fuck you. So
that is what one night stands are for, man.
Yeah, only it was daytime and I wasn't drunk even, so I have no excuse for
One
pulling
day
this off. A one-day stand. I always do shit off the wall. So then we're like wrapping up, I'll say, and like I'm getting dressed, and he was like, "Oh, don't go," and I was like, "Oh, well, I really do have to go and eventually meet them for drinks, because like they're gonna be like, where are you?" And I was like, yeah, I've been gone for a solid hour. My phone's probably like on fire right now from all the texts. And he goes, "Oh no, it's not. I checked." You what now?
What?
Now, mind you, I will tell you, I'm a very trusting person. I don't keep a lock on my phone. There's really no one in my life that's looking at my phone, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if I had, you don't look through my phone, it's still mine.
That's it's weird. That's a weird thing to do to somebody you just met.
And when did you do it? Where was I?
Yeah.
I remember taking a leak. I'm like the super pisser. Like, I'm fucking in that door, and as soon as it's closed, I'm out of it again. Like, I can piss at such a fucking fast rate. I was modeling for a long time, so it's like I could fucking pee and change faster than you would believe. And yet, I didn't ever know that he ever even had my fucking phone in his hands. And I was like, no, I'm sure. Well, so I started like gathering my things, and then he like, at first he's cute about it, right? And not so super like creepy, right? And he's like, "Okay, well, I don't want you to go. You should just stay. Let's order room service." And I was like, "This is your house." And he's like, "Right. I was meant like, we can order in." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I really want to go have drinks with my boss now." And then,
oh my god, dude, why are you making it so awkward?
And then he goes, "Well, I just can't imagine my life without you in it." And I was like,
what?
I just met you. And he was like, "Yeah, but like you feel that. I know you feel it." He was like, I've been really trying to find that one woman." And I was like, oh
God.
I was like, "I just figured you out." I was like, "You're pretty, as in pretty psycho." I was like, "I can't fucking do this." I was like, "You're insane." I was like, I went from being so attracted to him physically to being like, "Oh my god, are you gonna put me in a body bag now?" Like,
yeah.
So this is what I did. This is how Shade bails out of what could have been a lockdown situation momentarily. So he starts like heading towards the door, kind of blocking it. So my bitch ass, I'm like, "I'm not gonna be fucking killed." I was like, "I don't know if you're about to keep me forever." This is what my head is doing. Now you're listening to the story. What would your head have been doing?
Exactly the same thing.
Okay, because I went from this was
exactly
hot to now I'm like, uh-oh, I can't leave. So then he starts like, so like now I'm like, all right, if it's all or nothing. So I picked up something he owned, which at the time was like a heavy fucking book, and I fucking threw it through the window and I left. Because I knew that was going to cause enough of a distraction. Because who isn't going to be like, "What the fuck?" And then I deuced out.
Go fuck yourself, Tuffy!
So if you ever try and hold me hostage, I'll break windows.
Wait, did you go out through the window, or did you go like throw it through the window and then run out of the door?
That would have been a great ending to the story, though. But
you know what you
he did what I thought he would do. He saw me pick up the book, so he immediately left the doorway because he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm gonna fucking throw this shit." I was like, "I don't fucking know you like this." I was like, "You're creeping me out." I was like, and I didn't want to tell him I was leaving because I didn't want him to know what my plan was. So I picked up the book, and he was like, "Don't do that." He was like, "I actually like that book." I was like, I don't fucking consent. And I was like, good, fetch, you know. And then I was out. And after that, I was like, never again will I ever have and after that, I actually never did have another one night stand. Truth be told, that was the last one I ever had.
Dude, okay, well,
with
what
a man,
you gotta do?
with a man,
What you gotta do for, like, next time you have a one night stand, right?
with a woman.
Bring smoke bombs with you, and if they try that, like, throw down a smoke bomb, and they like run out the door, just poof. As soon as they say,
This pussy is gone.
as soon as they say, "Oh, aren't you gonna stay?" Just poof, throw it down immediately, right then, like before the conversation even starts. Just deuce out immediately.
Dude, I have awkward in spades. It's like really fucked up, actually. Like and the thing is that he didn't actually totally do something wrong. Like, he didn't lock the door on me, but
Yeah, but he did it because you didn't let him get there. That's fucking weird, dude.
yeah. Let's have room service, dude. Do you even know is this your house? Like, do you know where you are? Like, are you having? And you know, I've seen movies where guys like take chicks home, and shows and stuff, like they take chicks home to places that aren't theirs, and that actually crossed my mind after I left. I was like, maybe this is just where he brings his victims. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. We don't. We have no fucking idea.
Shout out to Humphrey though, because if Humphrey's like his bottom bitch when it comes to a dog, he's seen a lot of shit.
My God. Well, you should have taken him with you when you left. Then we could all have like the joys of Humphrey in our lives.
Yeah, he could be like a show mascot. If you haven't noticed, our past show mascot he can't be present anymore because he tries to eat my microphone during recording. He's like, it's so shiny, and I just want to eat it, and I don't have like an arm for it. So yeah, do you have a one night stand story for me?
I do. I do have
me.
a one night stand for you. Because I didn't know we were doing this today, so I was like just sort of going through the Rolodex. Yeah.
to.
Well, I was dancing at this club in Richmond, Virginia.
Yes.
And I was single, and I had loads of shit going on with the ex and everything like that. So I was only doing one night stands for a while, for like several years. I was only doing one night stands because I just didn't have time.
You're like exclusively one night standing.
I was, yeah, because I didn't have room in my life for another person to be there. I needed to like get my shit in order. So, but I still wanted to get laid. So it was like, you just one night stands only.
At least you were honest about it. Fuck. You know what? If you're not in a place, and I respect the shit out of a guy that does this too. If you're not in a place,
oh God, yeah,
where you can be in a relationship, don't fucking lead me on. Just be like, listen, it's just not there yet. That's cool.
Yeah.
Or if it's never gonna be there, tell me that.
Yeah, be like, no, one night only. That's all I'm looking for.
You know, and believe it or not, I am not one of those chicks that will turn you down if you told me that it was a one night stand. If I were still into you, I'd probably still do it. I mean, it depends if I were invested and I felt like I would get emotionally injured in the process by fucking you and getting more connected to you in that way, then fine. But you know, like, it really depends on the dynamic, I think, in any sort of situation. But when you're talking one night stand, I'm not thinking of dynamics. I'm thinking about position.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, that's all I was doing at the time. And in the parking lot, like where the club was located, it's like a lot of major cities. There's a club, but then there's like a parking lot, and there's like loads of other businesses there, and there was a big lot like right next to it.
Right.
And the carnival came to town, right?
Of course it did, because you're in town.
Because it's me.
You're like, da-da-da-da, I'm the ringleader.
Yeah, the carnival came in town, right? Which and obviously they built everything. They showed up in the day. And I was working like this sort of mid shift. Like I'd get there in the afternoon and leave at like 3:00 in the morning. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I went into work and it wasn't there. And then around like 10 o'clock at night, 10, 11 o'clock at night, a bunch of carnies come in the club. And, right?
Carnies blowing up the club.
A bunch of them came in, and they were throwing like little cuddly toys and shit on stage.
Shut the fuck up. Only you would have this story. Coming to the stage, tiny teddy bears.
Dude, it was so, the dancers loved it. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, look, I got level up there!" Everybody, we were like collecting them, getting in the dressing room. Right, which ones do you got? Right, I'll trade you that one for that one, Mike.
Instead of trading pogs, you're trading like stuffed animals in between like your G strings. You're like, here, I got this one. Take this one.
Like, it was the coolest experience because like you're on stage and then like these teddy bears just fly through the air and like surround you, and it's just like teddy bears.
Now that's a fun question. If you could be tipped in anything besides teddy bears, what would you like to be tipped in? If it weren't money and it weren't teddy bears, what else would you want to be tipped in?
I can tell you what the coolest thing really quickly, and then I'll promise I'll get back to the one night stand.
Tell me, I have to know.
The coolest thing that I have ever been tipped in the 10 years that I was a dancer was a voodoo doll of me. It was the coolest.
Cool.
I had it for years too. I lost. It was part of the possessions I lost when I moved from America to England. But yeah, it was a voodoo doll. It was a girl. It was a woman that tipped me too, and she was gorgeous. She was like, "I come and see you every weekend," and gave it to me like when my set had ended. And it was the coolest fucking thing. Like, she had made it, and it had like ribbons tied to it and little pins everywhere and stuff. I was like, oh my God, I need to get her number. But anyway, I never got her number.
You want to know what I would be tipped in? We're going to let you get to the story in a second. But if I could be tipped in anything, I would either want it to be gold bricks, and only because like I feel like that shit will always be pretty, even if it's not valuable. And then also, or food. Like, I prefer chocolate dip. Chocolate dip strawberries are my fucking shit. If you give me chocolate dip strawberries, I will melt in your hands for chocolate dip strawberries. I can't help it. I can't.
They're so good.
They are so good. It's like intoxicating shit. I want it. Oh, and by the way, I've never had a guy do this for me, but I had a girl that we went out on a date, and she had made chocolate dip strawberries and brought them. Didn't even know that I had a thing for them, and I was like, I was like, please marry me.
Right, I'm surprised she is not sat next to you right now.
I know,
to this day.
she's the one. You know what the deal breaker was with that one though? The deal breaker was that she wasn't out to her family, and if you can't be honest about yourself to your family, I understand, but I can't be with you.
Yeah,
I do get it. But I just can't be with
you. It's very difficult to handle, actually. It's very difficult to handle.
Yeah. Like,
my ex wasn't out about being poly and dating us, and everything was all secretive.
Right.
And when we first got together and we made the agreement, I was like, no, that's fine. I totally get it. And I didn't think it would bother me. But after a while, it really kind of does. It really does. It really did bother me.
Yeah.
You know? So I get that. But anyway, yeah. So
back to your story.
Teddy bears being traded and little carnival toys, like the shit that you win from the rides and stuff. Mm-hmm. And one of them was this guy with really long blonde hair, like it was like flowing, and he had this patchwork trench coat that went down to the ground on, and his name was Houdini, right? And I was like,
make some magic up in here.
Right? He was gorgeous. He had like these really piercing eyes and everything, and I was just like,
green or blue?
Blue.
How did I know?
Blue. They were blue. But yeah, so I ended up hooking up with him in his carny trailer, right? And I would give them lifts, like after I got off work and stuff, while the carnival was in town for that week. I'd give them and like all the carnies and stuff lifts to get like groceries and shit like that, and cigarettes and stuff. And then like a bunch of stuff kicked off, and I wasn't able to keep in touch or whatever. The carnival moved, right? Well, because of the one night stand, it wasn't very impressive. I think it lasted all of 2 minutes. So
that's such a letdown. Did you have round two?
No, we did not.
Not after 2 seconds.
We did not have a round two because I just had shit going on, and I couldn't fucking deal with it. But
you just have to like get it out, and like neither of you can really handle it, and then you go for round two, and it's like way better.
Yeah. Well, so here's what happened. Like, the carnival leaves.
sorry.
The carnival moves to the next town. Right. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't have to keep dodging this guy now because the carnival's gone. 3 days later, the carnival reappears. Right? And he comes in.
Came back
and
to
he's like,
town.
yeah, he comes in and he's like, well, we didn't have like the setup we were going to wasn't really great, so I told the boss that we did really good here, so we should just come back here for a few more days. And so we did. And I wanted to know if you wanted to get together and stuff. And I was just like,
The rebound cling. Dude, why do you think I want to be with you though?
I like at the time. This is and I'm not being a bitch. Like this is when I had like a lot of custody shit going on with my daughter.
You're like, I really can't have a carny involved in the middle of this.
Well, yeah, and it was just
what
like,
are you gonna do?
It was
Throw
like,
me the fucking flame throwing thing?
Yeah.
The knives.
He was like, I just like our one night together last time that we were here. Like, I don't feel like I gave an accurate representation of what I'm actually like in bed.
So he wanted repeat business to make sure he knew what he was about.
Like, yeah, he was like, oh, I just wanted to make it up to you and stuff.
Like,
but
I
was like,
want you to.
yeah, it's just like, like I said, in the middle of like custody stuff with my kid, it's like, no, dude, like, I have got too much shit. I've got too much shit going on right now. I can't meet up with you. I mean, I'm sorry you got the carnival to come back, but
for my vagina.
But like, just let it go.
I feel like attachment is something that women really struggle with. I've struggled with it. I definitely have held on to relationships, or be it sexual or otherwise, that I probably just could have cut ties. But like when it comes to a one night stand, I know what I'm in for, and I hope you do too, because I'm not going to call.
That's the thing that people don't seem to get, is that when a woman has a one night stand in mind, that's all her brain is on.
Right.
That one night stand. She is not trying to get to know you.
Right. No.
And if people were honest about that, it'd make everything a lot fucking easier. Just up front, look, we are not together.
Yeah. No, if I'm into you, you'll fucking know. And it won't be because you thought that I was into you. It'll be because I fucking show it. I'll show it. Yeah. I'll usually say it. I
want to know about you. I want to know what you're into. I want to know like what you're passionate about and shit. If I'm genuinely into you, there's gonna be a lot of conversation and shit involved. You know,
we're gonna talk a lot. Right,
yeah,
we're gonna talk a lot. Yeah, and I think so I was recently. This brings up an interesting topic actually, because I was talking to my little sister the other day, and I was telling her, I'm not the chick that waits by the phone. Though I do miss people. And she's like, how do you not wait by the phone? And I said, because the day that I wait by the phone, I'm slighting myself something. I feel like nobody should be waiting on somebody else to get their life going. And even in small ways, I feel like that is the case. I also feel like, and I've always felt like this, if someone is truly invested in you, they find a way to make time for you even when there isn't time.
Yes.
And it may not be a ton of time, but they'll give you what they have. What I think with my female friends especially, they tend to assume I'm settling because I don't need or want for certain things that they need or would expect. Like when I tell people I don't need to be married to be happy, I'm 100% honest and serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Labels are so not important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know, if I know that you're invested and I know that we're good between each other and I feel like I can trust you, you can rest assured I'm not fucking around on you. I'm not going to be crossing lines that I know would upset you, certainly not intentionally, not knowingly.
Yeah.
But, then there's the other side of me, and it's like, if I'm single and even if you're not a one-night stand, if I'm single and I haven't told you that we're exclusive and you haven't asked that of me to bring up that conversation, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not. I'm not going to run on the same, level as most women that I'm friends with, which was, well, they started seeing a guy and then they just fucking stopped seeing other people. Well, that's fine if you want to do that, and I would if I were really interested in someone, but I wouldn't do it for someone I wasn't interested in.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
You do definitely thin the herd when you find something you like, and you should, I mean, to a certain extent, because you want to focus there.
Yeah. Time management.
Time management. See, and I'm talking to somebody who's like Polly. I tried explaining Polly to somebody the other day, and I think I did a horrible job at it. I was like,
What'd you say?
Well, this is probably not a great way of explaining it, but I was saying, well, it's when you are allowed to love multiple people, and when you're like polyamorous, you're allowed to have relationships within a relationship within a relationship. Like, there could be other people outside of it. You can have confines within it. Like I know you've mentioned, you can have boundaries at even certain times within the relationship.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of how I described it, as like, it's like an ongoing negotiation of relationships, and being open in that discussion, but not like recognizing that there's some level of oneness there.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
I don't know if that made sense to them, which is why I think I did a shit job of explaining it.
That's way more in depth. Usually I just tell people it's like any other relationship, except for there's more than two people involved.
That would have been easy.
And I just tell people that because
really
it's easy
true.
for them to understand, because the capacity for which the other people are involved is different for every individual poly person, really, or relationship anarchist.
Do you think cheating is more prevalent in any sort of subgroup like polyamory? Do you see more cheating there? I will say, for lesbians, it is a culture of cheating.
Rednecks.
And oh, really?
Rednecks. Yeah. Rednecks.
Really?
Yeah.
They get a lot of fucking pussy?
A lot of... Well, it's with other rednecks. So it's always
like
they're
middle of
everyone's
the road,
fucking,
bottom.
Yeah. So they're all in fucking cheating on someone at different points, and they'll stay together and they'll beat the hell out of each other and fucking cheat again, and it's just I would say that
a
group.
whole social group I didn't even think about.
Yeah, rednecks, man, and it wouldn't surprise me if Christians as well.
Christians are always about. Yeah, my ex is a Christian, which is adorable because it's like, no, dude, you couldn't be with half the shit that you think. I was the dark one in our relationship for sure. I had that I was the shade in that fucking relationship. But at the same time, when we broke up, he used that as a vehicle to make me look like I had somehow been a piece of shit, and he was always the nice guy.
Yeah.
Well, it was an act.
Dude, that's gotta be weird.
Yeah.
What's it like dating a Christian? I've never dated a Christian before. What's that like?
He's got a facade as one right now. Right now he's married to somebody else, living a life that he didn't want, and he's not living it because she was the one that showed him the light. He's living it because he's a sociopath, and he has to keep what he wants intact because he's cheating on her.
So like any other Christian then.
Yeah, exactly. And to your point, Christians.
But that's I have to know, what's it like dating one? Because I bet it's weird. Like, do they really pray every night and stuff?
For me, it's impossible, and it's not because I have any problem with what you believe, and I don't. I believe whatever it is that makes you get through your life and your journey in the most peaceful way, as long as it isn't harmful to someone else. And I'm cool with it. If
Absolutely.
you ask me to get down and believe, that's a different conversation. I'm not gonna be a believer, and I think that's the roadblock I hit in. Like, I actually dated this guy, and he said that he wasn't super religious, but he was a Christian. And it's like, well, the fact that you made a distinction between those already makes me go, what? Because for me, I say I'm more spiritual than religious because I'm not religious at all.
Yeah.
I believe that there has to be something more out there. I don't think that it's at all what we describe. And I'm fine with not knowing. And that may be, you know, it's probably the singular thing I'm not curious about, because it's like I'll never know until I'm there if there is a there. You know? So it's
So you're
whatever.
like an agnostic.
I don't know what
that
I
falls
am.
under the agnostic banner,
Yeah,
I think.
I guess. I don't even, I was raised Catholic, and then I was like, what?
You know, it always gets me as a witch. Catholics
Catholics.
denounce. They have got the most ritualistic fucking style of worship
Yes, they do.
of anything I've ever seen, but want to burn witches. Okay, then.
Exciting things about Baked and Awake. We need more content, and I like his content. I think that talking about different strains the way he does is like a whole different type of shit. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it'll tie in with like the type of promoters we're looking into and shit like that. I am emailing Lilo again today.
Yes.
So-
Have you heard anything from them?
Not,
I can't
well,
wait.
I haven't gotten to email them again. It's my fault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still though. Ah! Email them.
I tried out the, not like at home, but they had some on display at the sex toy store I went to. Shout out to Hustler in out here in Florida, Palm Beach. They're really cool. They're a super helpful staff, and I like them a lot. But they also had all of the toys out on display, like working. So I could I got to mess with the smart wand.
That's my baby.
Oh, buddy. That's Mom's new favorite thing. Mhm.
I'm telling you.
I want to try. I really, really want to try this product because I tried it on my hand, and my hand was even like, "Ooh, girl," though. Like, I'm still.
Did you squeeze it and feel like how the vibration gets stronger and stronger?
Yes, I did that on purpose because you suggested it, and I gotta tell you, it's like, holy fuck! I would never need another person for the rest of my days.
Right?
Seriously.
It's fucking incredible,
If
that
men
thing.
continue
I need to
to
charge mine.
Yeah, if men continue to let me down, I swear to God, like, that it's
Marion
okay.
Lilila, smart
That's
one.
right. I'll be alright, you know?
Put a little bow tie on it.
Oh, and I made another purchase this weekend. I got my first vibrating butt plug.
Really? Where'd you get it?
Same store, actually. They, like I said, super helpful staff. And I was like, this is what I am looking for. It's really hard to find a butt plug when you're a beginner and that vibrates. That isn't like 130, 150 bucks.
Oh, yeah.
That's still
yeah,
not
vibrating.
shit. No pun intended.
Yeah. The vibrating ones are difficult because normally, especially for the beginners, you get the beginner kits.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't.
But I'm
bother
glad
with
you
that.
found one.
I did. I found one. I'm gonna try it out later.
Nice.
Hey, you know what? I have to branch out a bit.
It pairs nicely with the smart wand.
Oh yeah. See, I need the Lilo version of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So getting into the thick of it, we should probably get to some of our favorite topics. I have no cuss Florida, so we're skipping that today.
Oh, are you giving me a quiz today?
I am gonna give you a quiz today, and I was. Gonna
Oh my God! I was hoping. I was hoping that, like, if I just didn't say anything, I'd never have to do the quizzes, and I'd just always get to do yours instead. But I knew I couldn't get that past you.
Ever the slacker, man! I swear to Christ, it's like I put you down for 5 seconds, and you're off, like trying to do something else, and I'm like, wait, we haven't finished the quiz yet.
That is exactly why when me and Ben, like the first year we got together, anytime I'd start like going on a rant, he'd jiggle his car keys in the air.
Nice. Let's see. I'm looking through these quizzes right now. Let's see. Some of these are I'm actually on Cosmo's site right now, and I'm like, like, what's your period IQ? Is that really a thing? I need to find different quizzes.
I mean, IQ itself is not a thing, so.
Oh, I have one. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no, that one's not good either. God damn, where do you find your good shit?
I just Google like fucking sex quiz for women or couples or whatever, and like go to the most fucked up one that pops up in Google. Like the one with the most ridiculous title.
Didn't you need to update your BDSM test?
Oh shit, yeah, I do.
You have to do that. We're gonna have to do that on air one episode because that's a long time consuming test. It's not a quiz. It's like not for today, but we should definitely do that. We should do that.
Yeah, I need to update mine.
You've changed. You've blossomed.
I've grown.
Let's see. Is my sex drive too high? That's a quiz? We already know the answer. I'm not even going to ask you that one.
Too high for what?
Like...
Too high for what? Too high to like work in a mall, or too high to... What? Too high to do what?
Okay, so this one is, are you good in bed? I know the answer. I just feel like, let's see what they're asking. When it comes to sex positions, you change it up every night. You're not afraid to try anything and will insist on it with anyone. That's your first option. Your second option being, sometimes you try different things. Sometimes stick to classics. It depends on
what the fuck is a classic?
I don't know. It's like missionary or like, I don't know. Sometimes even doggy can be, I feel like, classic.
You just assume at this point that they're all classics. It's
You're
not like there's new ones.
I'm so well read that they're all good. They're all on the playlist.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's new ones, is there? Like, has there been recently released sex positions that I've not heard about?
No. Maybe they're just rebranding them. They're like, this used to be Universe Cowgirl, but now it's the extraterrestrial penetrator. Like, who knows? Like, who knows what we're? It's a whole new world.
The extraterrestrial fucking penetrator. That is fantastic. That is going on at Daddy Issues t-shirts.
Shout out to THC because that's what he's into based on the roast. And then your last option being, you tend to stick to a couple favorites or what he suggests, but you're not too keen on anything too out there. Oh,
it'll be the top one. It'll be the top. It'll be the one where I'll try anything.
You're having sex with a new guy. What are you thinking about? There's not so much thinking as doing and seeing what works and what doesn't. Just how he can get you off. And then your appearance. Hopefully he's okay with everything down there. You always get nervous.
First one.
I'm always trying to figure out how to make him fucking moan.
Yeah, right?
Like, I've got one. I don't think about other things. Like, what makes you
experiment until they make the noise that you are looking for them to make.
Right. Yep, exactly. It says, so honestly, how do you feel about your body when you're having sex? It's hot without question, pretty good on the whole, and he seems to like it just fine, confident on some days, but others you're just really glad the lights are out.
Top one.
Yeah, it says it's hot without question, and that guy's lucky to be doing anything with it. I'm like, what?
Dude, I tell you what, to be honest though, the option that's not on there is the reality. I don't think about my body when I'm having sex. I don't like. I
think about it before. I'm like, as I'm being unwrapped.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, when you are actually actively having sex, you're not thinking, oh, I hope my hair looks all right.
Right, exactly. Like, if you're thinking about how your makeup is and like shit like that, then you're not as invested as you should be. And or if you're thinking about that, you haven't blown him yet, so he doesn't care what you're thinking about because you're not thinking about what he's thinking about.
Nobody should be thinking about anything like that during sex.
Next question. You've been at it for a bit, and he just isn't getting you there when it comes to orgasming you. Try to shift a bit to help him find the right spot and suggest he try something different. Just pretend it's good. He's making an earnest attempt. Guide him with your hands until he gets it. You know yourself well enough. Why say what you can show?
The last one.
Oh, okay.
The last one. If it's like a one nighter, I just put them where they need to be. If it's somebody in a relationship with, then we talk and stuff. And
Yeah.
no, this way, little to the left. No, not like that. No, over this way. Now
No,
put my leg up
no,
here.
Stop it. Stop it.
Wrong. It's all wrong.
Put the pillow down. Where's your mind? Okay, so this is the next one. Where's your mind when you're having sex? Kind of hoping it's going well the entire time, with a couple flashes of things you need to do. Buy this, go here. Typically on the moment itself, you might have a stray thought here and there, but you're mainly focused or just really connecting with who you're with. Well, that definitely won't apply to Sith, because he thinks about Smurfs just to stop himself from coming in his girlfriend. And then everywhere. Sex is kind of empowering. Big thoughts, time for you. What? Oh, I get it now. Okay.
I don't. What? What was that last one?
The last one, just like, where's your mind where you're having
Your
sex?
mind's
I guess,
everywhere?
Your mind's everywhere. It's stupid. It's Cosmo. This is why we do these, because we can't take them seriously.
What was the first one again?
Kind of hoping it's going well the entire time, and then the middle one was typically on the moment itself. You might have a stray thought here and there, but you're focused on just really connecting with who you're with.
Yeah, that one. Mainly because I don't understand what the fuck the third one means.
Or the first one.
You know what?
Stupid.
You know what? Sometimes.
What?
If I'm having trouble getting off, and I'm like if you know when you drink too much and it takes you ages to come, and you're sitting there questioning, will it happen? You know?
Yes.
What?
That was me yesterday. Yes. Oh, fuck. I didn't have the time is what it was. That's what it was. I didn't have the fucking time. Normally, it could be 30 seconds if I really need to get in and out. But, like, I really wanted to take my time, and I just didn't have it yesterday. So today, I'm going to fucking invest. But anyway, yes, I totally know what you mean.
Right. So whenever that happens to me, what I do to make myself, like, get off, I'll narrate everything that's happening in my head. And that does the trick every single time. Like, no, whatever they're doing, whatever's going on, it's like a running narration in my mind. And it's not failed me yet.
You know, in my experience with you, not a lot fails you. You don't fail a lot, and not a lot fails you. Okay, so now it's this. I actually like this question. How big a deal is masturbation to you? It's a part of life, sure, but you don't have to do it everywhere. It's kind of part of your morning routine. You've gone through multiple vibrators this year. Truth. And then not a huge one. It's fine when done, but it's not like oxygen.
Multiple vibrators each year.
Yeah, me too. Even
though I haven't actually gone through that many this year, because I have like that super quality one now that's lasted
mine
me.
broke, but it's like it made it a couple years. I can't hate on it. Like, it made it, let's see, it made it through me being post-divorce, and wow, that should have broken it right there. So I mean, if you can make it more than, if any object can make it more than a year in my presence, I'm impressed.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you're going down on a new guy, and he's just not into it. You just call it. It's not like it's your favorite thing to begin with. Keep going and hope it'll get him off eventually. Try to switch it up. If it's still not happening, you'll ask for some kind of direction.
I don't know, because that's never happened before.
Awesome.
I've never had that. All right. I'm trying to like put myself in the
that
position.
Situation.
Yeah. I'm like mentally. It'd be the last one. It'd be like, if what I'm doing isn't working, then tell me what I should be doing.
Right.
Because, you know, they know what they want.
Right.
You know, they know what angles to hit and stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's a two-way street.
I do. I'm not one of those chicks that will I will never give you the fake I'll never fucking act it out. If I'm not feeling it, you won't hear it. Because I don't believe, if you're faking an orgasm, you're only slighting yourself, to be quite honest with you. Because he could learn, and or if he can't learn, or she can learn, and if they can't, or if they don't want to, then fucking move on. I don't know what to tell you. It's not, life is too short to have unsatisfying sex life. It's just not. Okay, so you want to give him a surprise in the bedroom for his birthday. This is good.
It's Ben's birthday today too. Go on, Cosmo. What should I do?
Get a new piece of lingerie and wear it for him before doing your usual routine. Actually go down on him without expecting anything in return. That's big for you. Try the new position he's talked about wanting to do for the first time. Why not? It's his day. Hashtag shout out to anal.
all those are so lame.
I know.
Like,
I was thinking that too.
Like, none of that is a birthday thing.
What's,
you know?
Okay, now that's a better question. Maybe we should ask that question. What is a birthday celebration to you? How would you celebrate?
Like a sexual birthday thing would be like, that would be like a full 6 to 8 hour session.
Oh,
that
gave me chills, bitch. Like I have actual fucking goosebumps right now.
Like it would be like they would be getting restrainers onto a million different pieces of furniture, and I mean there would be a whole fucking thing. Just for I remember. Oh God, what was it? I think it was. No, it wasn't a birthday or special occasion or anything. But it was one time when I was topping and Ben was subbing, and I stripped him, put an apron on him, made him do the washing up, and I was like feeling him up the whole time, and then put him on a table. Or no, I didn't. I tied him to the freaking coat hanger thing in the kitchen and spanked him with a wooden spoon and a cheese board and stuff, like all kitchen-y stuff, you know? I just made like a whole thing of it. So that
Did you make him make you a sandwich after?
I don't know, I didn't.
That would have been good though.
I didn't. I don't think I did. Yeah, I did not. Oh, fuck, I should have.
I have a little
But yeah,
bit
those birthday options are like a lingerie or give them head or...
Well,
what?
See, that's the vanilla world. Like, to them, that's it, man.
Oh, like, I don't know. I guess the blowjob one? Because like I can't think of a position that he'd want to try that like I'd have to wait that I haven't agreed to when he was like, hey, let's try this. Okay, you know, not save it for your birthday. You know, what the fuck is that?
Like if you're waiting for birthday head, then you're with the wrong woman. You should be getting it just anyway. I mean, unless like I've mentioned this before,
and you should. That goes two ways. You got to give her the birthday head too, though.
Yeah, it does. The thing is that, you know, and I'll be honest. I found out that story I thought was just a nightmare. Turns out happened. I've definitely thrown up on a dick before. So be careful because if you fucking skull fuck a bitch, you might actually do that. So be careful.
You take your own dick cleanliness into your hands every time.
You're out there in the trenches. Oh yeah. No, I just was trying to give a good blowjob. I think he said, he was like, it wasn't a turn off overall because like we hooked up after that. He was like, you just were really, really willing. He was like, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But I had to refine technique. I think that must have like scared me off of the whole idea for a while. That and Miss Clavel, I think, fucking ruined me mentally for a while. But yeah, but seriously, now it's like, unless you have some sort of like emotional barrier, which some people do. I've had emotional barriers with giving head. I'm gonna be dead honest about that. It can be like a thing that I can't do because like it's a thing, and it's not because like I think they're icky. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. It's just like a lot of other things. But I went to a fucking hypnotist to get over that shit just so that I could get over it. So like it's all about how much you want to please a person. Like you might not be good at it, but you can get better at it.
Well, yeah.
Or you should. I'm always learning.
Practice makes perfect.
Well, and we learned that there isn't like one go-to technique other than just paying attention to it in the first place.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How often do you initiate sex? Never really. You like him taking the lead all the time. You don't really keep track, but it's about even.
I'd say it's about even.
Okay.
We're both pretty hot for each other, so
Aww,
I'd say it's
so
about even.
Cute.
We are forever. We are gonna be that like little old lady and little old man couple where like he still smacks her ass when she walks by and shit at like
that.
80.
You know, if anybody is listening and gives a shit about what I fucking want in my life, I really want that. I really fucking want that. I don't care if there's a title involved, but if you fucking look at me like I am the hottest person in the room and I look at you the same way and we have like a great friendship and like a really good rapport and we fuck like not just like I don't mean to sound like I can't be emotional. Like intimate sex is a thing I do too. I just don't advertise it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have to earn my respect. Like we have to be at a place where we have an emotional connection. We don't have to necessarily be in love, but I'll slow it down for you.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'm open-minded, but as far as like head goes, we have to have serious fucking trust for me to do that. In my case.
That's
case.
different. That's different though. They're talking about like
as like
just,
a gift.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot to buy you a new tie. Here's some head.
Oh man. Let me tell you.
I'd rather have the head.
Yeah. Let me tell you, this man, because I gained a bunch of weight because of my medication and a knee surgery, and I was really like hating on my body and stuff. And every time I'm like, God, I can't take this anymore. I've got to lose weight. I can't, And he'll be like, he'll just look at me with that freaking goofy ass Ben look and be like, oh, well, if at any time you feel the need to just hop on. It burns a lot of calories.
Yeah.
And it finds a way to make me still feel sexy, even when I don't feel sexy. Just being a goofy, flirty Ben.
Well, I like the fact that you guys are so addicted to each other. I think it's really fucking cute. And when the way you talk about, like, when you weren't in the room the last time and he like went to go get you something or you went to go get something, I don't remember what you were doing, and he was just so like, the way he talks about you is the way I would want a man to talk about me if I were out of the room.
Oh, really? What'd he say? Do you have it on tape?
Just like he recognizes your brand of crazy and loves every second of it. You can just tell.
Yeah.
You can just tell he just loves the person that you are. He finds you attractive. He wants he wants it. Still.
All the time. That's
how it should be.
Exactly. I was like, dude, and that's why I know a lot of people, you're poly and yes, you've broken up with your boyfriend. Why aren't you out dating and stuff now? And it's like, because I'm so fulfilled in the relationship that I have, that for me to bring another person into that or to add to that, they have to be really fucking special,
Yeah, right now I'm at a place where I think right now my little sister thinks I'm a fucking idiot. But the thing is I know that, okay, I'm going to say two things. I know that I'm secure enough in myself and I have enough of going on in my life that what's in my life fulfills it.
Yeah.
And if something needs to change, I would be honest about it. And that goes from relationships to work to, dynamics with my kid, anything. So like if, I'm not complacent. You're not going to hear me. I know I'm proving in this moment even that I'm not the woman who is going to stick around. If you start treating me like shit, I'm not going to be that chick.
No, fuck that.
If you use me as a doormat or you take advantage of my kindness or just don't even respect me or a mix of those things or worse, I am not going to be the one to hang in because I feel like I need to be with someone.
Yeah.
I think my ex broke me of that feeling. Divorce really broke me of that feeling. And that forever can happen thing. If you want to prove me wrong, great. But in the meantime, I have learned to appreciate what things are, and the best things always happen on their own.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
always fucking happen on their own. I'm gonna tell you right now, ladies, if you fucking try and force a man into a corner, you're forcing him in any direction but yours.
Yeah.
But yours. I've seen women drill down on their husbands, their boyfriends, these guys that they're into, and like they'll blow up their phones like crazy, or they get, you know, really in their head because they can't take a step back and go, it could just be that he wants a minute to himself. It could have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Or you could just be simply simple incompatibility.
Right.
There are guys that are just as affectionate, just as chatty, that want you to text them 20 times a day, that want to, you know.
Yeah.
There are guys like that out there that like that sort of thing. Find one of them.
Right.
You know, and then you both will be equally like engaged in the relationship instead of one person being super overbearing and overwhelming to the other.
I don't want anyone ruining or tainting what I find sacred. So it's like, don't step in my yard and we won't have any issues. And I think that's one of the reasons why females and males have a parting of the ways, because it's like, you can't take the ebb and flow if you aren't compatible.
Yes. Yeah, you can't.
You know,
You can't.
I definitely, I think there is a match for everyone. I do believe that. Sometimes multiple matches. I'm starting to feel that way more and more, that you can have more than one person that you are really compatible with. You would know this more than me.
Absolutely, you can. You absolutely can.
Yeah.
Because there's so fucking many people in the world.
Yeah.
There's more than one person that has qualities that click really nicely with yours.
Well, I mean,
you know?
even at the same time, like, I'm not personally somebody, I don't know that I could ever have a relationship with more than one person at a time. I've done it once before. Like, I've had a 3-person relationship and it was really successful, but being polyamorous to me is another layer of that. Like, we were in a closed, you know, dynamic where I didn't have to think about, oh, well, she's going out on a date with somebody else tonight, or you know, he's going, her and
polyfidelity.
Right. So that's something I know that's a thing, but that's not something I know. I don't know enough about your world to even comment on if I would ever be compatible to it, because I like being owned. I like someone being like, that's mine and you can't fucking touch it.
You'd probably do quite well with a master and a sub of your own.
Oh,
in
really?
a 3-person relationship. If you had a master and they had you and multiple submissives, I could see it working for you if you were the alpha submissive. If you were also over the others.
Right.
I could see that working quite well with you. But which is another dynamic. Everyone has, you know.
Yeah, and I see right now I'm happy. I'm happy without the drama.
Oh God, yeah.
The drama. I mean, you remember what my mornings were like? I don't miss it. I don't fucking miss it. I don't miss it. And honestly, I like getting closure. So like, I will take my time before I move into a new stage. Before I start getting restless and ever get to a point where I want more with someone or anyone, then I have to be in a place where I've gotten distance. There has to be balance everywhere, especially in relationships. And I think what being friends with you has taught me is that communication is the only way that shit survives, period. And that's true of any relationship, but I think you guys focus on it more than heterosexual couples.
Probably, yeah. So, Shade.
Yes.
What did I get?
Oh, yes! That was the last question. Oh, wait. No, you have one more question. In bed...
Oh.
Sorry, you're not enough to be done yet. In bed, you are very in the moment. You don't really hold back, but you aren't screaming 24/7. Pretty quiet. You'll occasionally sigh to let him know you aren't asleep, though. Very loud. He should know how good a job he is or isn't doing.
Um, very loud, but because I'm in the moment. You know?
Okay.
So like a combination of the first two in a way.
So, but well,
I guess
I think very loud would probably be the more likely one then, because it's like, he knows what he's doing, so we'll just ignore that part.
yeah.
Let's be logical. Okay, your result says you're pretty into yourself. You know what you like in the bedroom and you're all about getting it, and while your confidence is great, by being too much about your own pleasure, you miss the chance to really connect. See, this is why I don't like Cosmo quizzes. They're such assholes.
But that's not true at all.
I know.
So wait, you're saying I should not enjoy sex as much?
Right. Like, should I like sex less? It's like a mercy killing, like a mercy lay. Like, oh, this is you're only getting this orgasm because I shouldn't
what
get
is
as
that?
many.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, is this a set? Who wrote this? Is this a dude who wrote this?
Oh
don't know.
yeah, who was it saying it?
A
Who did
woman
we have
wrote
on?
it. A woman, Alyssa Bailey wrote this.
Okay, how old is she?
Should we Google her? Should we fucking Facebook stalk her ass and all of a sudden we got to add her to the fucking group and be like, Alyssa.
What are you thinking?
First of all, are you good in bed? What was your results? Because if you're pretty into yourself, you're also kind of a bitch. Like, she goes on to say, continue to be vocal about what you want, but throw him a bone and ask him what he likes. Like, bitch!
That's so fucking weird. Like, would you assume that?
I think you're getting negged right now. I think you're getting negged by a quiz.
I know, right?
If that's the quiz's opener, how are you ever gonna go to dinner?
Yeah, it's like they completely ignored the question where it's like, what do you do? Do you talk to him? And
yeah,
it's like, yeah, but because you like sex too.
Wow, and it closes. Wow, it's like, ask him what he likes too, then try it out. When you make his pleasure as much of a priority as your own, you'll find sex is more intense and better for you both. Damn! I think
really?
You just got reprimanded by Cosmo.
Really? I think it's pretty fucking funny because the amount of shit that I have taught people that I've been with is like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not. You're a giver. I can already fucking tell.
She acts like you either have to be all about someone else's pleasure or all about your own. You can't be about both. Why can't you?
So
why can't you be about both?
So at this point, I think we should make a nomination for "Fuck That Bitch."
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
What the fuck?
I go full trailer park.
Fuck you!
Go fuck yourself, Tuffy!
Bailey with a shitty quiz that's reprimanding women everywhere and making them question their own fucking sexual compass. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's a weird ass. Like, who are these women that read Cosmo and take things like that seriously?
Anyone
are
that's
there
a teenager, sadly.
How do you spell her name? Alyssa?
Alyssa. Bailey is Bailey, and she works for Cosmo.
Uh-huh.
She's on Twitter. I'm gonna tweet her about this.
It says I googled her. It says she's the news editor at Elle magazine.
Yeah, but she wrote to Cosmo.
Is that the
site.
same?
I'm on the Cosmo site. Look, I'll show you.
Holy shit! Right, how old is she?
She's old.
I feel really sorry for her outdated, extremely outdated advice.
Have you seen this? Hold on, you have to see. Do you know where our chat box is? Check this out. This is her. Oh wait, no, that's the quiz. Hold on, this is her. Hold on, I'm just gonna do the little. There.
Open. Okay. Come on, you can do it. Click on the link.
Her Twitter. I mean, that jacket is doing nothing for her. I don't know what.
Jesus.
It's like I can't tell if she's trying to look like an older woman.
Can we start our own magazine that gives people actual sex advice?
But then yeah, we could. You know who I hope is gay and would end up together in like as a couple together? Emma Stone and
Who?
Shailene Woodley. I think that they would make an adorable.
Oh my god, she
Love
looks
it.
like a. Sorry, it just now popped up. She looks like a fucking Republican of some sort. She's got like 80 shoulder pads, red jacket. Oh my god.
I tried to tell you, she's like trying to look older.
She is older though. She's like, no.
I wonder how old
Good
she is.
lord. I don't know, but I feel sorry for anybody she slept with.
Damn.
What happens if we answer that quiz the complete opposite way? Will she bitch about you being too focused on the man's needs then? Like, is there an answer where she's not a cunt to you in the in the answers?
I don't know, but I gotta tell you, like, when someone tells me, like, my only options are I'm either all into myself or all into you, it's like, really, there's no middle ground. We can't be, like, into each other.
Yeah, you can do both. Women are famous for multitasking.
I
We
am
can care
phenomenal
about
at multitasking.
we can care about more than one thing. Shocking, I know,
I
but
know.
it's true.
Yeah, shout out to Ben for his birthday. I've done this like 3 or 4
Happy
times.
birthday, baby!
Oh, we love you, Ben. He's
We
so
do
sweet.
love you.
He
He
actually,
is.
he's gonna join us on our next show.
Yes.
And so that'll be exciting. And we can ask a guy then. We'll have him join us for
Yeah.
Ask a Guy. I've been fielding questions from listeners and shit and getting feedback, and they really like the female vibe, so we're gonna keep that, but we still have to have male guests because they like that too.
Yeah. I and notice how we all fawn over Ben. It's because Ben is a nice, sweet, thoughtful, wonderful man. So
He is.
if you're
actually.
wondering why you're still single,
Yeah.
and if you're the guy that's in there bitching about girls never go for nice guys, blah, blah, see how much we're all fawning over Ben, and he's
Yeah.
a sweetheart.
He is a
So-
sweetheart. He'll do anything for her, and that's one of the reasons why I really like him, because the way he fucking looks at her and the way he thinks of her is the way every woman wants to feel and be thought of. Like, we understand we're not always a party, but if a guy looks at us like we're the most beautiful fucking thing in the room, it makes our day and it makes it tolerable. So shout out to Ben on his birthday, because
Yeah,
he's a
and
good
nice
guy.
guys everywhere.
Yeah, nice guys everywhere. See, we're starting to get a lighter vibe on us. We better keep. It's a good thing we had an episode of Court today. That makes up for the not asking a guy, because we had Daddy Issues Court, which I have to crop all
Yeah.
that stuff in.
I am so stoked we did that today. That was great.
Do you have a strain of the week for me?
My darling, do I ever?
Oh,
This.
yay.
This week's strain of the week is a 65% leaning sativa. Average THC count of 42%, and it's none other than the legendary green crack.
Nice.
A green crack was originally called Kush, but after Snoop Dogg smoked it, started calling it green crack, and it just stuck.
Snoop Dogg.
It just stuck. And so some people still call it Kush because they don't like the stigma, that is attached when you throw the word crack around.
Right.
But it is green crack now.
Cool.
It's fruity. It's earthy. It is
Does it have
originally
like a lime flavor? Like a limey flavor?
a bit, but not as strong as
Not
like
a citrusy, like California Kush kind of flavor.
Yeah, it's a bit like kind of an earthy version of that, but it's not as strong as like a lemon haze or something.
Okay, so more like something outdoorsy in Colorado, like smoking Colorado. Like a pine tree, not the actual tree in Colorado.
Yeah. It is descendant from the ever popular skunk number 1.
Ooh, okay. Scentsy skunk? or the original skunk? The
Original. Yeah, the
Okay.
original skunk. And it was created originally in the 70s in Georgia. I know, right?
Georgians fucking figured shit out that we still care about now. That's awesome.
I know, right? How does it happen?
I joke. Shout out to the A who tolerated me for a handful of years a couple of times. Good for you guys. You made it through the tornado that is Shade. Go on.
It is a creative strain.
Oh, you knew I was gonna ask.
I knew you were going to ask. And the reason, or creatively, what makes this strain work really well is because it allows you to sort of zero in on like nuances in movies, in music, in paintings. Like you notice these little background details to it that you don't notice normally, you know? So it is it's creatively focused.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's energizing. Obviously, it's a sativa. So no couch lock on this one.
I'm actually I'm smoking a sativa right now for I can't be on couch lock today. I got too much shit to get done. I gotta. So this sounds like it would be up my alley, especially since it's sativa dominant.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's really good and good for anxiety and depression.
Oh, good. Okay, I like the uplifted mood then.
Yeah. However, if you do it in extremely large doses, then if let's say you suffer from a panic attack, right? If you have too high of a dose of this, then it starts that circular thinking in your head.
You get trapped in your circle.
Yeah, and that can lead to, paranoid thinking or a panic attack. So if you suffer from those, be aware of your dosages. Start with a very little bit and then build on that and see sort of where your level is,
That's the thing about weed. It's like any other anything else, not only do you have to find a strain that works for you.
Yes.
And maybe several. I mean, I know there's about a handful that I can get access to on a regular basis that work really well for my condition. Or my series of issues that I'll struggle with. So, but then there's the things that I like. Like, I really like having a creative strain for things like writing and like recording music, shit like that. So
absolutely. Also, this one for you growers out there, this strain is really fucking easy to grow starting out. It's a good beginner strain to start with.
I bet it is. It came from Georgia. They were like, put the seeds in the ground and then check it later, Lester.
It's you get a good solid yield from it, and it grows really good indoors and out fairly easily. So if you're wanting to get into something like growing your own, then it's one of the strains you can go to for a good start out thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you smoked this
recently? Me?
Yeah.
No, actually, the reason I'm so out of it today, which I don't know if you can tell or not.
Oh no, I
is
can.
because yeah.
But I can see you. Like, our listeners are just gonna hear you, and you're still on your game, so like they don't fucking know the fucking haze that's in your eyes.
I have some triple cheese at the minute. So I have a heavy indica strain, and I am just chilling.
You really like that strain, from what I recall.
Oh, I love it, and it's all over the place right now. So I'm kind of going with it, but
like, it's
I did
huge
not
in Denmark.
I did not get any fucking thing done today. I got a couple of things done today that I wanted to, but I wanted to like sort the house out, and I didn't.
You say that every week. You know that?
I know.
It's gonna be the thing that Bongwater bitches never gets done every week. Oh, I know. I clean the house, and then I didn't.
Like, I'll start, and then like we started, and we got all the laundry sorted and started on stuff, and they were like, "Let's have a smoke," and then we had a smoke, and then we watched Safe, and then that was it.
You're lucky you don't like live with the kind of man that's like, my fucking laundry isn't done. The fucking house is a mess. Like,
God, how long do you think a guy like that would last with me?
No, you'd have them. They would be the one doing the laundry. Well, I'm glad that everybody joined us. Shout out to everybody on the Damaged Goods Network, Damaged Goods, Claytime in the Basement, soon to be beta testing.
I'm excited to hear that one. That's gonna be good.
We've been gathering some content over the past couple of days, and I'm excited about it. Anybody who's heard Ungama on the David Good show knows he can hold his own in the pack. So we're very excited to have him. We're very lucky to have him.
No.
So shout out to all the betas. Join us. We're gonna have a brand new website, which I'm gonna put in the show notes once it's completed. In the meantime, you can check those for all the goodies that we mention every week.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think we did a great job today. I think we finally rounded it up, and now you can go round Ben up and go live up, and I'll just watch the fucking shit hit the fan. No, he'll have a great birthday, I think.
I hope so. I've been planning it out. So I'm really hoping that everybody makes it that's able to.
Well, for what it's worth, I just planned for the Golden God. I just went through that whole planning process, and I will not lie to you and say it didn't go off without a hitch. There were plenty of hitches, but it was still a great fucking show, and it's really fucking funny. So
I can't wait to hear it. I'm excited.
It's really fucking funny. By the way, so I'm sorry for blowing up your phone that night, but I was really high, and I don't... Did you get any of those messages?
What? No.
Really?
I didn't get any... No.
Okay, I called you. Okay, I hope you're hold on.
Yeah, check.
Maybe that's why you didn't answer. Hold on. I was saying, you'll hear me. You'll hear it on air now. I was like, yeah, her husband probably hates me because I've been blowing up her phone for like an hour just on the off chance that she might have been on because I saw you on live. So I thought maybe like you were crashing and winding down. And oh no.
What?
It wasn't.
What?
It wasn't.
What? It wasn't. Who did she call?
Oh, I called. Oh god. I called my aunt, who has a similar profile picture, believe it or not, to you.
Oh my god.
It's like, it's her and her husband, but of course the hair, I must have been really high. I just pressed the button. Dude, I blew up. She should have blocked me for that. I called her 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times.
Oh my god!
Well, the first 3, I'm not gonna sound like a crazy bitch. Like, normally I don't blow people's phones up like that, but the first 3 times it didn't connect. It like kept doing the thing where it doesn't ever go through.
Yeah.
So like on my side, it probably wouldn't have gone through on your side had it ever gone to you in the first place. Shout out to the mistakes that Shade makes. I don't even have the excuse of being, you know what it was? I was exhausted because I was, like I said, you know, I've been fucking pushing for this, and then I was high. That's it. That's why
That is so fucking funny. God, it's a good thing she didn't answer.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, and I mean, you wouldn't have been on air because we were in a lull, right?
Yeah.
So, like, but I was about to be like, hey, bitch, what are you doing? I saw you on live and stuff. You doing some fun things? That's how I was going to open without even giving you a moment to speak. So she would have been like,
what the fuck, Shay? That is so funny. I'm sorry. So,
dude,
I was not ignoring you.
No, I know. I'm always finding it on air, like shit that I've done wrong. Fuck. This is like the true life behind the scenes. Only the scene is now. All right, I'm getting out of here before I make more mistakes.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us.
We will join you next week. We are going to start broadcasting. So next week, I'm actually going to be wearing makeup and stuff.
Oh shit! Should I wear makeup next week?
If you care. I mean, I'm gonna be presentable. I'm gonna be Facebook Live presentable. So you guys can tune in next week, 8 a.m. Come and join the cult.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be all over our Daddy Issues group, and you can just hang on for dear life with the rest of us. We're gonna do something live. I got some shit in the works.
That's awesome. I love that you plan this stuff and I don't know about it.
I
It makes
do
it so
it
much
on
more
purpose.
exciting. It makes it so exciting. It's just like, oh, cool. What's gonna happen?
It's a gift. It's my ode to my wife. That's how I gift things to you because I can't physically give you things, so I gift you like presents of ideas and like things
I
that
love
can
that.
happen.
Yeah, I love that.
Until I get this tour off the ground. Anyway, we really have to fucking stop.
Yeah,
Bye, everybody. Find us. Check the show notes. Subscribe. Share. We love you. Good night.
Ask me no questions, I will tell you no lies. Careful what you wish for.
That's my wife.
Thank you for joining us on Daddy Issues, brought to you by the Damaged Goods Network.